guys, it's Neve. Today I'll be showing you how to make a Daddy's Monster top from Suicide Squad. Now, the reason I decided to do this tutorial is because I feel like it's nicer when you make things yourself. I know I did when I made mine, just mainly because mine was a first build for me, and the thought of me going, oh yeah, I made this top is really cool. I've also been getting loads of people asking me how you made it, what you did for it, what you bought and things like that. So I thought I'd make the video just so you guys could I guess know how to do it and find out that it's actually possible to make a top that looks exactly like Margot's, but for about £30. So yeah, I'll show you what to do.
Hi guys, Future Neve here. Just thought I'd give you a you will need list because, you know, can't go without one of those. So, you will need a white long sleeve t-shirt, 2 pots of red fabric paint, sponges and paintbrushes, an iron-on transfer. Remember to do that in a light setting, not a dark setting, otherwise you can't use it. Black and white thread, sewing needle, 2 bowls enough to fit 3 litres of water in, blue fabric dye, salt, scissors, newspaper, and you can optionally choose a clothes bust covered with a bin bag to do any dyeing. See you soon, guys. So first off, you're going to want to trim the top of your top and trim your sleeves to about 3/4, so you should have 2 extra pieces. So I took a red eyeshadow and a makeup brush and used it to create a guideline for where I wanted the red section of my top to be. I did about 3 to 4 inches from where I cut the top. And once you're done, it should look something a little bit like this. Ta-da! Okay, so I used this fabric paint that Laura Gilbert used for her shirt, and it worked wonders. So I used that and a lovely little brush that I've already obviously used, and dipped that in and decided to start painting it onto the t-shirt directly. Please put a bag underneath, because otherwise, you know, it'll get on your mannequin and you don't want that. You don't have to use a mannequin, but I thought it would have been easier to do than just, you know, doing it on the floor. So, but yeah, just keep doing that and then do the back as well, and yeah, that's that done. Okay, so I've sped this up for, you know, obvious purposes, but just to give you an idea of what I'm doing, yeah, just thought I'd give you a little bit of an indication on how I'm doing things. But yeah, it took me a while, so I thought I'd speed it up because, you know, no one needs that. Okay, so the next section is just to paint the bottom of the top, and it should look a little bit like this, with the front and the back done. I'm just going to spin it so you guys can see my front. Oh, peek of my shoes in the background. But yeah, ta-da! Okay, so what I did is I then mixed the fabric dye with some water and used a brush to just add the little section of faded dye at the edge of her t-shirt. Now this does take a little bit of time and you have to be very patient with yourself, but it turns out really good when you've finished doing it. And yeah, just do the back and the front and you're sorted. And after that, it should look a little bit like this. It looks pretty good. You don't have to do this section, but it does make the top look a little bit more screen accurate and effective. Just repeat the same steps on the back. Oh yeah, and don't forget to do the sleeves. Almost forgot to tell you about that. Make sure you do the sleeves as well, just so it's more continuous around the entire top. Again, you don't have to do them, but I did, and it made my top look so much better than I originally thought it would, so. Apologies for the lighting change. It does take a very, very long time to do, so do brace yourself for that. But yeah, this is what it should look like by the end of the 4 little sections that you're doing. But yeah, then it's on to the sleeves.
Please excuse any noise that you hear out the back. Someone's doing a fence or a hedge, and it's really noisy. So what I'm going to show you today, or now, is how to dye the sleeve for your Harley t-shirt without it being on the actual top. So I have bought, I've already put it all in for you so I don't waste time. I have bought this dyed on fabric dye in Paradise Blue. It's either Paradise Blue or, oh, I can't remember the other one. Begins with a B. Begins with a B. It's still the same dye, no matter what one you get.
And then you're going to want to use this bucket,
which you add the dye to, and 10 tablespoons of salt, and then cool water to rinse it out in. I just added a random amount of that in. So you stir that in, and what I have done is I have left a little bit out with some more water in for a concentrated, more concentrated dye, if that makes any sense, for the end, because it's going to an ombre. And I also have a sponge to use as well. So first what you're going to want is some gloves. Okay, so I have the gloves on. So what you're going to do is you're going to lay it across there, because I can't, you would need to hold it, but let me move that. You would have to hold it, but obviously I've already got one hand, so that's going to be hard. Literally just dip it in as far as you want it to go. Let me just dry my hand. La 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 la. Lift it up. It shouldn't really be that, like, you know. So we're gonna. We're gonna do that. Right. This is such a bad representation of how you do it. Then all you have to do is move it over here. Drop it in here, rinse it out, and then rinse that out, and do that a few times until you're satisfied with the colour you have. So I'm going to do that, and then again, you're going to want to make an ombre effect to about here, and then dip it back in the water and keep doing that until you're happy with the ombre. So yeah, it should look like this. So if you can see the ombre, so it starts here and gets darker to down here. If you want to make it darker right at the bottom, go ahead, be my guest. But yeah, that's how you do the sleeve.
Okay, so next we're going to look at the transfer. Now, I put my transfer about an inch from the line that we did for the little red section on the t-shirt. So bear that in mind. I got mine from Iron On Designs. I will leave a link in the description for them. They give you a lovely little step-by-step guide, and they also flip the actual image for you, so you don't have to worry about that. They also give you some baking paper, so you don't have to worry about that either. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut around the letters as close as you can without separating the words, as I'm about to really awfully show you with my hands. Neve, what are you doing? And then you're going to want to flip it so the actual letters are the right way onto the t-shirt, and turn up your iron to maximum temperature, and then iron it on. Obviously follow the instructions that they send you. You don't have to follow mine, just, you know, keep that in mind. But it's easier to read through those. There's separate times for like the different things that you need to do, so keep an eye out for that. So yeah. Right,
Okay,
so I have cut mine out and placed it on my t-shirt. Make sure you have a towel underneath because, you know,
just make sure this is flat. I will make sure mine is flat in a minute.
I've got a
because you'll definitely want a major flat surface.
Pillowcase under my mind.
Obviously, you don't do it this way.
Classy. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to flip it and make sure you positioned it correctly to where you want it. As I said, I did mine about an inch below the line that we created.
You want to make sure
at the start of the video for the like the top of the top.
So these are in the middle.
But yeah. Okay, so I've ironed mine on and carefully taken the paper off. What you're going to want to do is take that baking paper and place it on top of the transfer and just, you know, iron it carefully over the top. It gets rid of the shine so it's more matte and it makes it stay on there a little bit better. So I would definitely advise doing it. You don't have to, but it does give the best effect. And once you've finished that, it should look something a bit like this. Okay, so now that we have done the red section, the sleeve and the stencil, we are now going to do the actual holes in Margot Robbie's top. I'm going to add a little picture right about now just to give you a bit of a guidance on whereabouts the holes are and where the little stitches and stuff are. But yeah, hopefully you'll get to grips with it. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is put it on once it's dry. Obviously you don't want a wet sleeve while trying it on, but I would measure from around just below your belly button because Harley's lowest hole is around her belly button because you can see it through the top. So you're going to want to measure that out and then trim from there. Obviously only trim from where you're comfortable, but yes. So here we are. I have trimmed my top. That is how much I've taken off. It's about 6 inches, I'm not going to lie. It's a very tiny top. But once you've done that, I mean, it looks much more like hers, so I mean, you know, screen accuracy. Okay, so usually I would do the black thread first on the top, but I'm going to show you how to do the stitches, the white stitches and the holes first because I feel like that's a bit easier to go from before doing the black stitching because it can get a bit difficult. So what you're going to want to do is look at some photos. Obviously I've added one into this video, but there'll be 5 at the top, so I'll point them out to you now. A couple of them are going to be a little bit bigger than the others, but just have a look at the photos and hopefully that'll be helpful. From the M, you're going to want to have a look at the photo again, and there should be another hole about here, and obviously one at your belly button. Hopefully that helps, but yeah, just have a look at the photos if I haven't been helpful, you know.
Okay.
Okay,
so these are where I've done the holes.
I've just cut into the t-shirt. As you can see, some
this is my belly button
and some aren't.
So that's one there.
You know,
6 over here.
It is how it is.
Right.
The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut from this hole
that
I'm putting out right now,
so
up
cut
to this hole.
Line straight from there to there.
Fold the little cut that you've just made
and a running stitch.
So
Again,
straight stitch, which
tutorial in my description of how to do that.
For you,
just basically like you are
just to
trying to sew up.
I know it sounds really stupid, but
that
it is what it is. You
has absolutely accidentally happened in your shot. Okay, so
I've set it up.
See,
this makes a little bit more of a makes more sense to you guys now.
Now,
but
what
yeah,
you're going to want to do
is
you're going to have to cut from here.
You're going to want to do the same, but to the belly button hole and right to the edge of the t-shirt, from here to here.
And do the same.
Just do the same,
and here's
like
the
this. And once that's done, your t-shirt should look
like this.
a little bit like this.
Okay, so now my sleeve is lovely and dry. and it looks really good actually. I'm really happy with how it's actually laid out. It's quite even on each side. You are going to want to do the stripes. Now I'm going to leave the measurements that I used about here-ish, so you guys can sort of see what I've done and how I've done it. I've made them a little bit smaller than some people have because my that car, because my sleeves aren't as long and I haven't done it as far up. So yeah. Okay, so I have officially done both sides. I used a little eyeshadow and a brush to put mine on, just because I didn't have anything else. You can use whatever you really want to. I only use red because the stripes are red. So what you want to do now is just either use a brush or a sponge. I'm going to use both to paint the stripes red without any water. You will need something to put underneath so it doesn't bleed through. I'm going to use newspaper, but you can use whatever you really want to or have handy. Okay, so done both the sleeves. Now what you want to do is you want to get a little bit of your dye and some water. So I would say about 1/4 dye, 3/4 water, and mix that together. And you will want to only on this sleeve here, not on your other one, this sleeve, do what you have done here. So it looks like it has bled here and here down the sleeve. So on the bottom 2 lines of each stripe, so this one and this one, you are going to want to do some watered down, really watered down dye, so it looks like it has weathered and dripped. Okay, so I have just finished the sleeves. This is what it looks like, and this is what the sleeves should look like when they're done. Okay, so sleeves are done and the top is almost done. You just need to do the white stitching across the top and down here. Now I'm going to do the top first. Okay, so the stitch itself is quite simple. It just goes along this line here and goes up like in little lines down there. There's quite a few of them, so you'll probably have to get quite a lot of thread for this. What you'll need to do is you'll simply come up through here, so come up through here, over this way, and then up again next to it, next to the top one, and keep doing that so it looks like a loop if you look at it sideways. So yeah, you just need to do that all the way along. I will leave a link in the description, as I have said, for the other stitches, so you can have a look at how to do it properly with a tutorial. So I have finished the stitches across the top. As you can see, there are quite a few. This part is optional. I won't be doing it on the video, but on Harley's top, the bit over the top of the stitches, it's a bit darker, like paint wise, so if you want to get a sponge or a paintbrush and just go over that to make it a little darker, you can do, but again, it's optional. Okay, so next what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to fold a little crease from the armpit down to this hole here, and pin it, because it's obviously hard to keep it in one place. So it should look a bit like that all the way around, all the way down. So it should start from about here and snake down to here. I will show you once I can. So as you can see, I've now pinned where it's meant to be, and now what you're going to want to do is from where the pins are down those, you're going to want to do a cross stitch. As I've said before, I will leave you how to do those in the description as well. simply just making crosses down the side of the shirt until you get to this hole here. And it's as simple as that, and once you've done that, your top is done. I will show you afterwards.
And this is the finished product. I'm just going to show you a little bit of the cross stitch because I didn't show you after stupidly, so there you go. Yeah.
So, I hope you guys enjoyed my tutorial. I hope it's really helpful. And if you did like it, please put a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and it does help me a lot with my videos. It does let me know what you guys want and what you guys like. So yeah, please also don't forget to comment and subscribe, because obviously if you like this sort of stuff, it will definitely be happening more. So yeah, thank you guys. I love you very much.